Guys, this is a dark topic. I know most of you are in your teens, but you need to remember that you need to have a good life, not a lone sigma life. You won't be happy with that. And I know because I have done this. I want to talk about a book that changed my life. It's not about manipulating people, because if I teach you this, it is not worth it. But what you will learn is about how to have great social skills and get what you want easily. It's not really manipulation, since you will have good conversations with others. First, let me tell you about this book. I'm not exaggerating, because this book was written in 1936, almost 100 years ago, but it's still relevant today. I believe that if you apply all the knowledge from this book, you can become part of the top 99% of people, or even in the world, who have that level of social skill. But this will take time and effort. Later in this video, I'll explain 4 parts, but I'll outline the key points I got from the book and implemented in my daily life. But first, let's talk about the background. Why did this book change my life? Maybe this is relatable for you too. When I was 20 or younger, I was very selfish. I cared more about my own interests, more about being recognized and praised than others winning. My main goal was money. The rest I didn't give a fuck about. If someone talked about their day, I'd be like, I don't care, bro, I would rather focus on myself. Social media indoctrinated me with messages like,
beautiful day to be alive. The birds are singing, the squirrels are fucking. Most importantly, you're here. You're slinging dick and giving out bubblegum. They give you another day to fucking go out there and tell these motherfuckers what's really crack-a-lackin', you understand me? I love you guys, that's why I do this. To get you fucking motivated, to get you out there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I have watched so many of those videos, but in reality, once you're in the business world or career world, social skills become the #1 skill that can make you successful in your career or financially. So, when I read this book, in my second year of business, I learned that some people said I was very selfish, and that made some people not want to work together with me, and that hurt me a lot. Why didn't people like me? So when that happened, I read this book, and it changed me to become who I am now. I insert an ebook that you can download. The rules are simple. Just follow me on Instagram, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I will teach you what I wanted to learn when I was young, but I need your help to build this channel. Now grab your nuts and start listening to those 4 parts with my own interpretation. Point number 1, people don't give a shit about what you are doing. What does this mean? Let's start with a story. Dale Carnegie says, if you want to fish in the sea, try this. What's your favorite food? Let's say noodles. Would you use your favorite food as bait when fishing? No fish would want that. Fish want worms. So the concept here is that when dealing with people or aiming to win the social game, people don't care about you. Instead, we always need to see things from their perspective. Therefore, this becomes the foundational point for all the parts in this book. If you only have this mindset, you're already ahead of some people. Because most people think to themselves, oh, I want this. Maybe others do too. But try to change your mindset a bit. The paradigm of how to win the social game is you need to know what they want, not what you want. This is very important because, sure, we can talk a lot. We can tell people, you should do this, you should do that. But the problem is, we can't control others. So the point is about how to make people like us. Some things I implement until now are, we have to smile. First, a smile is a very powerful weapon, even if you have crooked teeth or whatever. A smile is not about physical appearance. A smile psychologically shows that we have an interest in communicating with this person. Again, the first point is to think about what people want. People want to be treated well, and a smile is one way to show that. Then, you can transform a sentence to share your opinion in the recipient's style. This is how you make friends, because now you don't hurt their feelings. But I get you. Why would you do that? It will be clear at the end. Point number 2 that many people don't do is mention the person's name. If you read the summary, a person's name is the sweetest sound to their ears. People want to hear their own name. And that's one thing I always do when communicating with people. I make sure I remember their name and mention it. Hey Billy, how are you? rather than, "Hey, what have you been up to?" Small things like this can make people like us. But the key to the second point, all of this is useless if we are not genuine. So after we know, focus on what they want. We have to be genuine. Because nowadays, people can see if you're fake, like just trying to please. You got to make sure that when you smile, when you mention their name, you're genuine. So have a genuine interest in knowing about their life. And yes, you don't give a shit about if, but it helps, so do it. That will be the second key to winning friends and influencing people. Focus on their interests, their life stories, and so on. Sometimes it's hard because some people, even I, used to be like, I don't care about that person. But there are tricks you can learn from the book as well. Point number 3 is about conflict resolution. How to make people accept your opinion. This is different from the first and second points. Here, Carnegie talks about 12 points, but I'll narrow it down to 1 or 2 things. First, when resolving conflicts or when someone is angry with you, the first thing we reflexively do is defend ourselves. But in social interactions or when dealing with people, that's not what people want. When someone attacks you and you know it's your mistake, first admit your mistake. "Oh, sorry, I did this wrong. Is there anything I can do to fix it?" First, that. Many people can't do that. If I know that I am wrong, and if others know we are wrong, but we can't admit it, do you know why? Because of ego. So the third point is about how to make people appeal to our opinions. We have to admit our mistakes. If there are problems, focus on what we can do to fix those mistakes. Small things like when someone says something, agree with them first. Yes, yes, yes. Make them say yes. Don't immediately reject their opinion, even if you disagree. So the order is to start positive, then present your opinion. Even if our opinion is very negative, start with something positive, then present your opinion and put it in a way the recipient can only agree. When you accomplish that, you go with an example of the subject like this. "Billy, do you think that I don't have your best interests at heart?" Now you change the subject. He will think, "What is this?" Wait for an answer. When he says no, "I don't think you are honest," then stop talking for a second and say, "You don't know me then. I wish you the best, Billy. Hit me up when you come up with an excuse and walk straight away." This gives you the power. But if he says yes, "I trust you," you can go further and hit him with your opinion where he just said twice yes to. So now you won. And he is still your friend. This way you convince people. But this takes a lot of practice. Now what's the fourth point? The fourth point is about how to change people. I said that is not possible, but it is. Many people might say, we can't change people. People change if they want to change. The key is there. We can't change people by telling them, you have to do this, you have to do that. But what we can do is make them realize this is something they need to change. So that's the final concept from how to win friends and influence people. For example, if we smoke, we are smokers. But we see someone else about to smoke. We know smoking is not good, and we want to make people not smoke too. Maybe our reflex would be, oh, don't smoke because of A, B, C, D, E, because the disadvantages are A, B, C. But they will see, you smoke too, why are you telling me not to smoke? So in this book, it explains, if we are smokers, just like in point 3, we focus on our mistakes. What negative things we feel, our mistakes. Oh, I smoke because I used to be like this, and smoking has resulted in this. Focus on yourself. Those mistakes can then be empathized by others, and they might think, oh yes, he has made this mistake. And if it's too late, I need to change that. In this fourth point, there are many cases discussed by Dale Carnegie. Like when you're in a meeting, there's someone next to you. You want to make them agree with your opinion. Start with something positive first. If you implement those points, again, you'll be 99% above the average person's social skills. Simple things like not ordering people, but asking, what do you think of this? Make them feel that the idea is their own, then they will do it. Hey, do you think smoking is healthy or not? I don't think so. Okay, don't smoke. But maybe I'll summarize it like this. All the knowledge we learn can change our lives. I don't like people who say, oh, I read 10 books. I read 100 books. I read a few books every day. The way I learn or absorb from these books, every time I read a chapter, I think, What can I immediately implement? If I can't, I stop at that chapter. I repeat, until I can implement it well. The mistake is that we read too many books, but in the end, we can't implement it. So in this series, I want to talk more about personal growth that I think changed my life. Even if we're in any profession, whether programmer, editing, designer, learning about people will always give us an edge in the career or business world. So if you did not already subscribe, do it now and order the book that will help you and me. It's an affiliate link, so I appreciate it if you order through that one. Watch this video as well if you like to improve yourself.